Alright, so I guess we're going to make these into a two-part video. This is going to be part 2. We made some of these little connections here. This one's going to go to the resistor box, and this one's going to the distributor. From our injector rail here, from each injector to the ECU. So it would be A1, A3, A5, A7, and then we ran one wire for our resistor box, which is right there on that one is the A15, and we ran 2 wires, C1 and C2, as well to the ECU. We made this jumper harness. What we did here was we cut the plug off of the Dpfi distributor, and we matched up all the wire colors to the SI pinout, and then we got these 2 wires, which are right here, which are C1 and C2, and that one little 2-wire plug I showed you earlier is going to be going here. We switched the 2 wires on the TPS around, the yellow and the green wire. You can just depin it by pushing the little clips down in there. I use this Harbor Freight picks. It's a really easy conversion. A lot of people tell me you have to lengthen a bunch of wires. I did not. I relocated all the wires from my shock tower down here, and so there's my shock tower plug right there, actually under my intake. 7 wires that we're going to be adding to the ECU down here. Kind of got this stuff cut to length here, as you can see, so it's kind of going where it needs to be. Over here we've got the resistor box stuff set up here, so I'm going to go ahead and start stripping that wire and getting those all soldered together. And then all this end right here is going to go to the resistor box plug, which I already have A15 soldered to. And then we'll go ahead and we'll move on into the inside of the cab there, where I'm going to create one more jumper so that I can unplug all this harness right here from the car itself. I'm not trying to cut stuff if I ever pull my motor. So we'll go ahead and we'll make that too, and then we'll get back to you. So when we do this, we got to take out C1 and C2. So here's your C connector, it's the smaller of the 3. B is the medium connector. So we need to remove this little plastic clip right here, and they look like this. These are the C1 and C2, blue and green and blue and yellow. We're going to remove these 2, and then they're going to get moved. The ones that are actually in that place right now are getting moved to B10 and B12. So we'll go ahead and we'll depin these from my harness, and then we'll move them to B10 and B12, and then we can go ahead and repin these 2 wires I'm going to pull out here, and add these back to where they go, C1 and C2. Now, don't let me fool you guys, because it took me fucking 2 hours to depin these out, because I was just really struggling. So I got these 2 out. I got B12 out, so we can go ahead and put these 2 in. Alright, so we're going to be using 2 of these wires I depinned from my other harness. These are going to be the new C1 and C2. So we'll go ahead and click that in the connectors up here real quick. There's that. And there's that. And we'll tie that into these 2 right here. Come to plug A, and when you hold it like this, so these 4 wires that are going to be on the left side here where my thumb's pointing at, it's going to be 2 yellow wires and 2 red wires in these 2 holes. Go ahead and push that clip in there and depin those. These were way easier, thank God. So I'm going to go ahead and take these 4 wires, and I'm going to solder it to my little jumper that I'm making here. We're also going to go ahead and pull out A15 out of this real quick too. So that'll be easier to solder.